from the Mauryas. The paternalistic forms of the Mauryan government was adopted by the Satavahanas and their successors. The Arthasastra of Kautilya became the manual for the administration in Karnataka. The princes were trained in the Kautilyan education for the princes, and his art of government was practiced. Karnataka polity conformed itself to the precepts of royal activity laid down by Kautilya in his Arthasastra. Kautilya says, "In the happiness of the subjects lies happiness of the king. In their welfare, he should not consider as good that which pleases himself, he should consider as good that which pleases his subjects." This principle was followed by all the Karnataka rulers. The Karnataka monarchs also continued the traditional policy of the welfare and happiness of the whole community Prajanamcha Hitam. The influence was not confined to the nature of the government only, but in the appointment of advisors to the king, in provincial, army, financial, judicial, local administration, in the formation of interstate relations, and also in conducting warfare. This magnum opus of Kautilya was followed. The above account proves that Karnataka never lived as an isolated region. 3. The Satavahanas. The Satavahanas, who stepped into the shoes of their masters, the Mauryas, in the Deccan, established an extensive empire which extended up to Sanchi, in the north, to Konkan in the south, and up to the sea in the west and east. They were the first to establish an empire in the history of Karnataka in particular and that of Deccan in general. They were also the first Deccan power to establish their supremacy over North India and to bring about an integration between North and South India. This great dynasty, which endured for more than 4 centuries, had several important rulers like Gautamputra Satakarani, Vasistiputra Pulamavi and Yajnasri. Their rule witnessed intense commercial activity between India and the Western world, which contributed largely to the economic prosperity of the land. The Satavahanas were the follower of Brahmanical religion but encouraged Buddhist religion and Prakrit literature. There was an outburst of artistic activity and the Buddhist art reached its great heights during the period. There is no wonder that the memories of these great achievements are enshrined in the Saka era of 78 AD. The origin and the original home of the Satavahanas have been differently mentioned by different scholars. In the inscriptions, they are called the Satavahanas and Satakaranas, while in the Puranas they are referred to as the Andhras, Andrabrithya and Andrajatiya. The hopeless confusion of the Puranas has given rise to different theories. On the basis of the Puranic evidence, some historians have identified the Satavahana Satakaranas with the Andhras. The protagonists of this theory locate the original home of the Satavahanas in the Andhra country comprising of the Godavari, Krishna and Guntur districts. R.G. Bandaka located the capital in Danyakataka, while V.A. Smith and J. Burgess located in Srikakulam. According to L. Barnett, the Satavahanas had as many as 3 capitals. The earliest capital was Srikakulam, then Danyakataka and finally Partisthana or Pathan. The Satavahana Andhra identity has been questioned by some scholars like V.S. Suktankar, K.P. Jayaswal, H.C. Roychowdhury and others. The main arguments of Suktankar are thus summed up by G. Venkatarao. Nowhere in records are the Satavahanas called Andhras. Other contemporary or nearly contemporary records, as the Hathigumpha, Gurna, and the Talagunda inscriptions, always refer to them as Satavahanas and never as Andhras. Karavella says that he, without entertaining any fear of Satakani, sent a large army to the west. If this Satakani was in fact the ruler of the Andhras, Karavella's army should have been sent to the south. All their inscriptions and coins were discovered in western India. They had undoubtedly overrun and conquered the Andhra country, but their earliest possessions were, as revealed by archaeological discoveries, in western India. He further says Andrabrithya means, servants of the Andhra. Thus the name refers to the western vassals of the Andhra or the southeast, and not to the Andhra in the strict sense. These vassals were eventually to outshine their suzerains. The term Andrabrithya may also be compared to the compound Kumarabrithya, one who looks after children and not one who has to be cared by the children. The princes in question would mean those who support the Andhra. K.P. Jayaswal and Roychowdhury have subscribed to this view. Recently, K. Gopalashwari, after carefully noting all the available material, arrived at the conclusion that the early Satavahana power lay in the western Deccan. In an attempt to locate the